Alright, so stop motion is basically a technique that animators can use. Tim Burton is a big fan of stop motion and has created many films using the stop motion technique. Granted, he does it extremely well, but in class here we're going to do, you can choose to do this as part of your Media Meals project. And so what you're going to do is essentially take a lot of photos, maybe a 15 to 20 second animation at 15 photos a second. You could do the math, but it's a lot. You can animate an object. So if you want a pencil or a book or a water bottle to go across a table, some sort of object that you want animated, you're going to take multiple stills of that, but changing it just a bit in order to animate it in a movie editor. So I'll give you an example of how we do that. And you do want to think about having a story based on for your animation, so that you don't just have a video of a water bottle going. But I will show you using an animation of some sort of object going across a table, just for the sake of demoing this technique. So like I said, I'm going to do a quick demo of how to make this water bottle appear like it's moving on its own across the table. And so what you need to do is have a camera. I have a digital SLR here, but you can use a regular point and shoot camera. You can use your cell phone camera. You can use an SLR as well. But the most important thing that you do use is some way of stabilizing your camera. I've got it on a tripod so that the camera does not move. This will just help your video look a little bit more smooth because it won't be so jittery. But you could use a table as well and forego the tripod. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move this water bottle across the table, taking a picture of each little movement. And the smaller the movement, the more smooth this will be in the final product. For today's purposes, I will just make this a quick demonstration. So I'm going to take a picture right now. And I make sure I'm not in the frame. I'm going to move it a little bit. And I will finish this up and I'll show you the next step.
Okay, now that I've imported my pictures onto my computer in a folder, I can go to the program called Frames and basically create a stop motion video very quickly. I'm going to go to the frame menu up here and say add frames from a folder. I'm going to find my folder on the desktop, say choose. It'll load all the files. Once it's loaded, I go to the very beginning, press play, and there is my stop motion. Okay, you'll notice that the camera did in fact move when I pushed the shutter button right here in the 7th or 8th frame, but that's okay for right now. And then what I'm going to do is at the end, I'm just going to go to File, Make. It's going to ask me, do I want to save the files? I say yes. And I'm going to create a podcast and save it on my desktop and go and hand it in.